Alright, now for the final build here, we got, I'm going to assume you have a perfect ascendancy tree, but let's just dive right in. Martial Tempo, Lightning Infusion, Primal Armament, Concentrated Effect, and Rage all makes perfect sense. I'm going to keep everything pumping really hard. Lightning Pan, not necessary, but there's not really much else you can put in here. Keep things electrocuted. Potential, Rising Tempest, Rage Forge, Close Combat. Okay, so you're using my setup for sure. Ice, Ambush, Glaciation, Cold Infusion, and Effect Long Shot Lightning Exposure. Don't need Lightning Exposure on Herald of Thunder, unfortunately. I wouldn't put Innervate on here either. Mm. Oh, I misread. For whatever reason, I thought you had Lightning Infusion on Herald of Ice. But no, this is looking fine. Just drop Lightning Exposure, you don't need it. I would get the one that gives the increased shock chance, which would help a lot more because all Lightning Exposure does is it reduces their resistances after you've already shocked them. But you don't need their lightning resistances reduced because I assume you're going to have the crit on there. And it makes sense because holy crap, that's a really nice staff. I don't know if that would be more damage than the 12% weapon attack damage, but it wouldn't be much less. If it is less, like this is pretty nice. So we'll continue here. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. You don't need precision though, because you have more than enough accuracy rating. You'll hit everything all the time. Probably swap that out with clarity just so you have a little bit more mana regen, but you probably don't need it, especially with mana remnants. Oh, you've already got clarity on there. Yeah, drop precision, you don't need it. I mean, if you have the extra spirit, it's not going to hurt you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all your skills. If you have Avatar or if you have Meditate, use them. If not, oh well. People do the double cold and lightning damage, and it's okay too. I prefer it the other way. I prefer using one of the main skills, so it gives you a good active that supports you a lot more than just 10% of an element. But no, your skills are looking really good. I like what you got set up. You probably have great mana sustain. You probably have amazing boss damage with this. As long as you're not running out of mana because you're not using elemental invocation, I think you're fine. I don't see anything wrong in here. This is solid. Your weapon's solid. Your gloves are solid. Yeah, they're even decently rolled stats. They're not amazing rolled stats, but they're decent. Your belt with great resistances and a little bit of strength, that's going to be helpful. Uh, Unfortunately, since all the prefixes on belts suck, probably the best. I mean, you could Exalt Slam this for one, you're missing a prefix, but nothing in there is really going to help you much. Maybe some armor for the tiniest bit of damage reduction, but kind of the best thing you can get on a belt like this is mana, just because you're not going to be using the life for much, and the mana will at least give you a little bit more of a pool to have more leech when you kill things, which I see you don't have Shock Siphon yet, but it also gives you better regen rate. Like a bigger pool is essentially bigger regen rate as well, and it makes things like clarity more efficient. Your boots level 75, 35 increased move speed, really nice. It's it's really low rolled evasion energy shield, unfortunately. You got good resistances. Uh, I would say these need to be replaced really quick because that is a lot of defenses left on the ground because of just how low rolled they are. 8% and plus 7 is not going to do it for you. I know that 35% movement speed is great, but you need to survive to be able to move around quicker. But overall, like, I don't know what the rest of your gear looks like yet. That might be a low priority. This ring is quite pretty. If you are res capped, that's really nice with the double attributes. Double attributes, big damage. This one here has, unfortunately, no good prefixes. It's got a little bit of rarity, but like that leech is just not doing it for you. And the suffixes on rings need to be basically perfect because that's everything your build needs with resistances and the attributes. Without the belt, it's less important because you got all those resistances there, but yeah, I'd say this breach ring would be your first one to go. That one just isn't that big of a deal. This amulet, It's actually quite nice. The all attributes is pretty low. The strength is kind of low, but the all elemental resistances is really nice, and the energy shield is very, very nice. This is a pretty solid amulet. I don't. This doesn't need to be replaced anytime soon. It has room to grow, but it's solid. It's very solid. And then, okay, there we go. It's a glitch, or maybe it's over the rune. There we go. The helmet can improve as well, but it's also very good. Like, unfortunately, the life roll looks like it's a flat life roll. Can I press it? No, I can't see. But it looks like it's a flat life roll, and that can be improved pretty easily, pretty quick. But this one is really good. I think this is probably your best piece of rare gear in the same avenue as this ring and amulet. Like, these three are pretty solid. Oh, I didn't even look at the chest piece, I guess. No, this is a good chest piece too. It's nearly 800 energy shield. It's got res, it's got int. Like, the res and int can obviously be higher. Let's see here. For the energy shield, only one. If you wanted one with... You really don't have much to lose there. So let's just assume you don't need the cold or fire res and just look for lightning and int. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to do this. Lightning resistance and intelligence. It needs both based on what I saw for your stuff. So yeah, for 80 exalt you could get a little bit of an upgrade. Not much, but it is an upgrade from your 14 and 21 lightning res to a little bit more res, a little bit more int, a little bit more energy shield. Like, it's definitely not a priority, but these are not overly expensive upgrades. They can, this one here especially, more lightning res, more int. If you really need that 10% fire res, then I'm kind of surprised, but you would really easily be able to upgrade that with this ring here with a fire res or all res. Like, yeah, this chest just, it's got good energy shield, but it could be upgraded pretty drastically for pretty cheap. You won't get much more energy shield, but you'll get more damage and survivability, and that's worth it. Yeah, and the boots first. Boots first. These need to go, unfortunately. And yeah, now onto your jewels. See what you got for jewels. Chaos, chance. You got two good mods on there. You could definitely get better. This one only has energy shield. This one is I mean, no, that needs to go. Oh, you got a time lost. Unfortunately, I can't see what it has on there. Uh, I'd say get more points into here to take advantage of the time lost, whatever it is you got. If it's small passives, grab these guys. If it's notables, definitely get True Strike. True Strike's amazing with the 10 dexterity. Like, you really need that. Let's see here, what can you take off to put onto True Strike first? Because, oh, it looks like you're a bit lower level. Okay, that's no big deal. Winter Frost with 15 dex is nice, but the cold damage, it'll probably help you with your freezes. Like, this isn't a bad thing to take at all. It's nice to get that 15 dex. That's like really, really nice actually. Because, I mean, you come here to anoint this 25 dex, you're going to take this and help with your freezes. No question about it. It's a pretty nice timeless you got. There's Verana as well. I guess I didn't check that with everybody else, but if you have a timeless and it's not Verana, unfortunately it's not it for you. Yeah, for the most part, it looks like you just need some levels. Come down here first for the 10 dex for True Strike. That's going to help you a lot, a lot, a lot. Take as much advantage of as you can for this time lost. I would probably unequip the critical exploit node here. Like, I know it's a lot of crit chance, but this is going to do more for your build right now. And it's just a super easy swap. You're built right as well with energy shields, and then focusing on energy shield here and here. If you if you're really struggling for defenses, you could even pop a little bit more into this node for the time being just to get this 26%. Actually, sorry, no, that's not the way to go. I thought you had this allotted, but you don't. this here for more energy shield, and come back here for a little bit of dex int and movement speed and regen if you need it. But for right now, it's again, this is another solid build setup here. Your issue isn't anything technical, really. You're not doing anything overly wrong. You got good skills. You got good gear ideas in mind. Your tree makes sense. It's just you need levels, and I mean, I assume you have your ascendancies, and you need a little bit better gear. Like, this is all solid. It's just it could be quite a bit better because like this is a really low amount of evasion energy shield on these boots. This here is like a moderate energy shield and armor. If you could go straight energy shield or energy shield and evasion, I know mine's armor. It could be better. Just it's not too big of a deal. I'm just saying possibilities. This is really good though, but boots, chest, this ring, those are your top three. I like your weapon. I'm actually kind of curious how good this is. This is probably, these two are not going to be moved for a while. These two are pretty solid, and this is pretty solid too. Yeah, I like what you got going. You're cooking. Uh, just keep leveling up. If you're having trouble surviving for the time being, just because you currently don't have the stats on the tree, maybe swap out Tempest Flurry for Storm Strike for a few levels, and then that'll keep you really safe while grinding out maps. You should get levels really fast with how many points you have. Honestly, you should rapid hyper level with what you got. This is solid. You're doing good. I wouldn't change anything. Yeah, I like this. Good job. You did really good.